Hi, my name is Sutit De and I am a professor of biology at the Indian Institute of Science, Education and Research, IISER, Pune. More importantly, in the context of this particular video, I am the chief instructor of the AI in Research, a user's perspective workshop, which is going to happen at IISER Pune between 12th to 14th of December 2025. Now, ever since we announced this workshop, we are getting lots of calls and emails asking what exactly this workshop is all about, what is it that you are trying to do over here, what is the problem that you are trying to solve, and most importantly, should I come for this workshop or not, will it be useful for me or not. So, this not very short video is my quick answer to what is the problem that we are trying to solve, what is it that we are going to do in this workshop, and who exactly should consider coming and who should not consider coming for this workshop. Now, as all of us know, in the last 2 to 3 years, AI, that is artificial intelligence, has become very big noise in the society. It has affected pretty much all industries and even research has been quite a bit affected. There are certain areas in which AI adoption has seen quite a lot of activity. So, for example, for all those people who need to do theoretical research and do coding, many of them have now shifted to AI assisted coding. Similarly, there are many people who are actively collaborating with computer scientists or AI researchers to develop or use small language models which are explicitly tuned to their kind of problem. However, there still exists a large fraction of researchers who are still pretty ambivalent about whether they should be using AI or not in their research, and if yes, then in what way. Why should that ambivalence be? Multiple reasons. First of all, anybody who has ever tried to use AI for some kind of a research question, they would have probably gone into ChatGPT or Claude or any of those open LLMs and would have typed their query, and then they would have looked at the answer, and sometimes the answer would have looked good and sometimes the answer would have looked, this is not what I want, or this is too trivial, or this is too commonplace, and so on. To complicate matters further, you have the issue with hallucination. So, as you know, AI can very quietly and very confidently give answers which are completely wrong, and therefore you can never take anything that the AI is saying on trust. But then if you cannot trust the output of a tool, how exactly do you end up using it? To complicate matters even further, there are many tools. So, the number of LLMs that are out there are humongous. The number of specialized research tools that are available out there, that is also very huge. But the real point is that are those tools really doing what they are saying they are doing? Which is a good tool, which is a bad tool? More importantly, which is a tool that will be useful for me? Now, for anybody to answer this question, they need to go out there and try out these tools in great detail and make very comprehensive comparisons between them, but who has the time? And more critically, these tools are ever evolving. Then how exactly do I know that whatever I am getting today is also the thing that I am going to get tomorrow? To make life even worse, none of these tools are free, or at least most of these tools are not free. And even these LLM platforms, they also cost a lot. The subscriptions for many of these things are pretty high, and until and unless you are part of a very rich lab, it is very difficult for any single person to afford all these subscriptions for all the tools, for all the LLMs. So, if that be the case, what do you do? Right now, many of these LLMs are coming up with excellent offers. If you are a subscriber of this company or that company, then you will get our thing for free for 1 month, 1 year, whatever. But we all know that that is not going to be there forever. At some point or the other, these things are going to become very expensive. So, how exactly does one optimize whatever resources they have in the context of whatever their research use case might be? Now, it also turns out that there are ways of doing some amount of optimization. There are ways by which you can actually access multiple tools in relatively less costs, but all these things have some amount of a technical barrier. So, who exactly has time to sit down and figure out how to install all those things on your computer such that you can use them properly in a way that suits your use case? And finally, there is a lot of ambivalence in terms of the ethics of the whole thing. If the LLM comes up with an idea, or if an idea comes up when I am having a chat with a LLM, then is that really my idea? Can I use it? And more importantly, if I over rely on the LLM, if I over rely on AI, will that make me stupid? Now, these are all extremely important and extremely vital questions, and anybody who is trying to get into AI in the context of research needs to have some idea about all these answers before they start using it in their day-to-day research life. And that is exactly where our workshop comes in.